It's really hard to admit some days, but I don't have enough saved for retirement. And that brings up so much shame and so much regret in me. I have a 401k. It's just not enough. I don't have a pension, and I damn sure don't trust the government to have Social Security there for me when I retire. I knew what to do. I just didn't do it, couldn't do it. Life was fucking happening. And so I didn't save like I should have. But every day I give myself grace. Every day I choose to say, I can figure this out. It's not too late. I can do something after work to have a different reality. And that's what I choose to do today.
I said I'm never coming back again. Next I stepped away from the mirror. I got my mind made up now, cause I can see the future much clearer. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. You might work yourself to death. Um, for people who don't realize like retirement or retirement age, when you're young and you're working, it doesn't dawn on you. But the time goes by fast. And nobody's ever fully prepared. But I've seen people when the economy was better, right? Well, the dollar was stronger. There were people who were able to have quote unquote good paying jobs. And when I say good paying, I mean good paying for that time. Like they were able to put like half of their check into um, their retirement. And after about 10, 15, 20 years, they don't work no more. As the dollar got weaker, that slowed down very much so. And then there were things like how can I say this? Like some people bought homes and the taxes kept growing. So it ate away at what they brought home. Some people, you have kids or whatever, whether they're in the house or you paying child support, that takes away from you. So people go through a long stretch of not having everything that they make actually come to them. But then I gotta say there are people out there that, you know, they do the bare minimum on a lot of things. Like, and I mean, as far as how they handle their money, they do the bare minimum health insurance, dental. They do the bare minimum. What do you call that? I was about to say tax shelters. When you have your 401k or they don't do Roth or whatever, they just take home as much as they paycheck as they can possibly can. And the other people I saw who did that, a lot of them just blew the money. And then as they got older, they was like, "Yo, I gotta put some money for retirement," and it's too late. Then, and I'm gonna talk about this part. Then you had the people who were investing in their parents or grandparents or whatever it is, right? They're investing in their kids or in other family members, and by the time it's their time to retire, um, everybody else is gone. Like sometimes they invested in people, and those people made something of themselves, and other times they invested in people, and excuse me, it was just a waste of money. And when it's time to retire, those things pop up. It's like, man, I spent thousands of dollars on this person, and this person paid for this and paid for that, and they quit this and they quit that, and they was just, they didn't take anything serious, and that's a thing that happens. Um, for all you people that go, I want to travel. Um, some of y'all don't realize uh, you traveling young because you're not going to travel when you're old. That mindset of, man, you know what? I deserve it. I earned it, and sometimes people dip into their uh, future to have some fun right now. And I don't even just mean retirement, but I've seen people like, I want to buy a new car, so I'm gonna cash out my 401k, or I want to go here, I want to do this, I want to do that. I just feel like I deserve it. And then they wake up at 60 and go, "What the fuck did I do?" Now I'm gonna have to keep working, right? And it's like, yeah, you gonna work till you dead. And then now, for people who are younger, y'all went through that phase where y'all thought y'all was gonna climb the corporate ladder, so y'all really didn't stay anywhere. Y'all went here for a little bit and then found a job here and then found a job there. So when it comes to retirement, that's actually all in your hands. Like, you got to do it, because you're not staying long enough to build any equity through the company. So it's on you. You know what I'm saying? And this is where it gets a little interesting to me. Um, no nice way to say it. This is when people start wanting to find somebody to be with and get in a relationship, because, like, oh, um, I can't afford my future. You know what I'm saying? So I need to find somebody. And there are people who, got married later in life, and their significant other looked at their retirement, or the money that they save for their retirement, as play money. So they're running through another person's money because they're bad with money anyways. And you've seen, well, but you've seen people get together and then get divorced, and it's like, yo, I just, I just had to get this and I had to get that. Oh, so basically you use this person, and then that person got to go right back to work, because you know they can't afford the lifestyle that they tried to scam out of the person that they got with. And and then going into the other part about it, student loans. Some people couldn't save as much for retirement because you got student loans. Some people got credit card issues. You got credit cards. Um, yeah, well, you know, some people got a shopping issue. And because people don't think about it, like, man, what am I gonna do in the future? Because nobody is thinking about when it's time to retire. And what winds up happening is, a lot of people, because they didn't save like that, or didn't even attempt to save, or get in any kind of program, they don't have anything to retire. And here's the crazy part. Um, if you're in any type of program, tax shelter, pension, whatever, they'll they'll let you know, if you retired today, this is how much you would get a month, right? And people don't think about it, but because sometimes people don't even look at that type of paperwork. Because if you looked at that type of paperwork, if you went down that path, you go, oh, okay, I need to do something. And then I got to say this, because it's necessary. A lot of people don't invest in anything long enough to see the benefits of compound interest. Because sometimes you can put so much money in, over time, and then because of the amount, it jumps and it jumps and it jumps because of compound interest. And what I've noticed is, there are people who don't get to that point, and they don't see it jump. And um, I gotta add something to that. Um, Sometimes people do see it jump, and sometimes people take money out. I talked about it a little bit, but not in this way. Some of y'all take money out, because sometimes you're allowed to take money out, like if it's a hardship, like something crazy happened, like natural disaster, illness, death, like stuff like crazy stuff, right? You're allowed to take money out. You're still gonna have a penalty. You have to pay taxes on it. Well, no, less penalty, but you're gonna have to pay taxes on it. Like if you get in financial debt, you can dip into that to pay off the debt too. But here's where people get caught up. Some people dip into it, take it out, um, and don't realize it adds to your income, your yearly income. So now you might have took some money out for some things, and normally you like, look, I'm gonna pay the taxes. I want y'all to pay the taxes up front. So they pay the taxes up front, but you're in a different tax bracket. So now you went from spending, how can I say this, needing, let's just say 10 grand, and now in taxes now you owe 5. You get what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? Like, wait, time out. So that can happen. And then you're right back over and over and over and over again, unless you just discipline yourself and say, well, I'm just have to pay this off, right? And what winds up happening is, and even as you get older, you have people who are up in their lifestyle. And because they're up in their lifestyle, they're taking away from their retirement because, like, I'm just gonna, since I ain't got much to retire, let me up this lifestyle now, and so I can quote unquote get to a point where I can maintain it or whatever. And I'm gonna say this before I go. Sometimes you get older and you make more money, but you don't try to pay off your bills or debts faster. Because what winds up happening, some people don't have money for retirement, and some people, even if they got more money, they didn't pay off their debts. So you wind up, it's a catch-22 with some people. And I say that to say this is why a lot of people are going to be working until they're dead. And people don't want to hear that, but that's that's going to be a reality in the next few decades. But I'm done. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.